Hey guys, it's the 20th of October, which means I am roughly 13 and a half months into my recovery. I'm currently sitting out on the balcony of the apartment I've been renovating on Chapel Street here in Melbourne, Australia. And as you can see, I am looking and feeling great. So, the recovery, for those who haven't followed me up till now, has been, I've been very positive about it, but there were some tough times. The first 3 months were really tough. My body denigrated terribly, all my hair fell out, my body bloated, couldn't even get my feet into my shoes. My skin was just peeling and flaking so much that I was cleaning my bathroom 3 times a day because there was an inch of skin on it. And I was so bloody uncomfortable, I couldn't do anything but sit absolutely still and scratch like crazy, of course. Anyway, 13 months on and things are very, very different. I still get a light covering of dry skin, but it's not flaky skin, it's more just sometimes when you touch it you can feel it's got an outer crust. And I like to get in the shower and just scrub that off. I don't really have to try very hard for it to come off and leave nice skin underneath. And a large element of that is because Melbourne's just a really dry heat. We don't have a lot of humidity in the air. But it doesn't affect me at all now. So I can play sport, I can jump in the ocean, come out of the ocean, do whatever I want. I didn't even use any moisturizer for a couple of days this week, which was really nice, because you shouldn't have to. But I kind of like to, just to give the body those extra oils and so on. My hair all came back, of course. And life's just really, really good. It's a 30-degree day here. Beautiful. I'm looking out over Chapel Street, which is one of the main streets here in Melbourne. And yeah, life is very grand. So this is a very positive video for everyone who's embarking on the journey. I've certainly been talking to a lot of you, and it's all the same story. Every single person more or less goes through the same sort of stuff. Timelines differ a little bit, but essentially what I've noticed is the same nagging questions. For those who haven't started, I get in terms of questions, they're the worst, if there is a worst, and I don't mean it that way. They tend to ask me a million questions, but underlying all of those questions is fear. Naturally so. And you're about to do something which you know is going to hurt. So the brain subconsciously tries to rationalize it by knowing everything. If you ask Lib or Jake or anyone really, knowing doesn't help. You can ask a gazillion questions. It's nice to know that you're normal when a symptom comes up and that you've just got to wait it out rather than go running to the doctor, but it doesn't make it any easier. Also, everyone who hasn't started is always looking for this miracle cure. I always get asked about cyclosporin. Look, oh, sorry, itchy nose. My take on cyclosporin, and this is only my take, is that I used it prior to getting off steroids. It did absolutely nothing for me. Then when I got off steroids, I went through the process, and within 9 months, actually within 6 months, I was looking pretty good. Within 9 months, I was looking really good, and 12 months, I was pretty much healed. Yeah, I used different moisturizers. I tried different vitamins and supplements. I did find that cod liver oil and primrose oil and vitamin D tablets or capsules really helped me. But again, they weren't this miracle cure. I didn't take them and the next day everything was fine. I just noticed that I found things a bit easier and the body healed a little bit quicker when I was on them. I'm also a big believer in cutting out sugars. Processed sugar is known as the White Death. If you do any research into it, it's actually just bad for us, and the Western European diet's not great, full stop. It doesn't mean that it's the cause of the red skin, it doesn't mean that you're going to have a heart attack tomorrow, but heart surgeons and the like are pretty certain that white sugar is killing us all. So you can have your oranges and whatever, but do some research. I've certainly cut out all the soft drink out of my diet, and I don't know if it helped the recovery, but it definitely made me feel better as a person. And the other question I get heaps is, how much cortisone was I using? Well, if you haven't viewed my blog, redskinrecoverydiary.blogspot.com.au, that's redskinrecoverydiary.blogspot.com.au, I'll go through it for you very quickly. I started without eczema around about 13. Doctor gave me some cortisone for a rash that came up. And this sort of came back rather infrequently, months in between, even years sometimes, or a year. And I started taking it more and more regularly, and then I started to get what the dermatologist told me was eczema, and he gave me cortisone, and he said, make sure you use it really when the eczema comes up, really attack it, get it to go back down, and just control it from there, which was pretty crappy advice, because over my uni years, it started to spread, and started to get more and more common, and then when I was drinking, my face would go bright red as soon as the alcohol touched my lips. Or if I went for a run, I was always the red guy on the field, and it would take ages for it to go back down again. And I now know that's because the blood was pumping through my system and the veins were dilating, and the cortisone had stretched them, so they weren't easily able to go back down or even stay down. So that's really what the recovery is making sure that your insides can heal. And going back to the healthy diet, I kind of believe if we're not attacking our system too much, if you take a little bit of a paleo style approach, if you don't know it, check out Paleo Diet, it can only be a good thing. That said, and I know this is really topical argument in the forums, there's plenty of people that have got better eating McDonald's. My argument is on the balance of probabilities. Eating au natural can only be good for us, right? I'm not going to get any big arguments about it. But I took more and more cortisone, mainly 0.1% Alicon, to the point where when I was 28, I would play sport and I would be so red and dry afterwards, I'd use like a whole tube of the stuff and then sit there and hope that it worked. And it got to a point where it didn't work. My arms and face were just permanently red. And I needed to do something, and that's when I stumbled upon Itsand. Oh, girl's calling me. Nice. Pause. The wonders of pausing a video. Yes, so permanently red, had to do something. Even the pills, which I took sort of, whilst the doc only gave them to me irregularly, in bursts, when you've got a tub of pills and they were a bit of a miracle cure, you kind of pop them every now and then. The problem was that the effectiveness of that just stopped. And yeah, when I found Itsand, I saw the ability to go through a year of pain and then get my life back. And stuff me if I haven't. My work colleagues told me the other day I look like a completely different human being. I ran into an ex-girlfriend who hadn't seen me since before I was sick, and she just could not believe it. She was beyond herself, beside herself with how great I look, and I feel so good. Life's just bloody brilliant. So if you're starting this, good luck to you. Just get through, all I say is get through the first month. In fact, get through every day. Give yourself a little pat on the back. I bought this watch at the end of month 3, and I wear it every day to remind me of what I've achieved. And I was really open with all my colleagues, all my friends. I wrote letters to them, I kept the blog, I posted it on Facebook. Everyone knew what I was going through, and everyone just rallied behind me. No one thinks you're a freak, no one's going to talk you down. They were your friends for a reason, and people love proactive people. You would not believe, not just the mail I get on this, but how many of my friends go out of their way to tell me how proud they are, their mothers, their aunts, clients of clients. You want to do something impressive in your life? Help yourself. And it's the easiest thing in the world. All you need to do is chill. There's people tell me there's barriers to entry, like, oh, I couldn't possibly take a year off life, or one girl said to me, if I take a year off, then I'll be behind all my friends by a year. That was just ridiculous, because you know what? If you get better, if you take a year off and chill, first of all, you'll get a whole heap of benefits. Watch the rest of my videos and read my blogs. You'll see what I'm talking about. But on top of that, take a year off and get better. Slow down, appreciate what's important in life, and then you've got your whole life ahead of you where you can kick ass. And I promise you'll pick up the pace and pass all those other idiots. They're not idiots, but meh. Anyway, guys, this is it. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to keep posting, maybe irregularly, but if you got questions, get in touch with me and go to the blog, redskinrecoverydiary.blogspot.com.au. If you don't know, can't remember that, can't be bothered typing all that in, just Google Redskin Recovery Diary. Alright, adios from Paran. I'm going to do a quick sweep around. Maybe you'll be able to see a little bit of the street. Down there is Chapel Street. Doesn't look very good from here, but there's lots of bars. And into the apartments that have been renovated. It's all coming along. Still plenty to go, but this is Sweet Joshy Josh signing off. Thanks, guys. See ya.